inside of me. In this sense that I can look at you with love, seeing all that I can learn. Can you stay and I will grow the hanging garden.
Okay, guess it was already centered. Well, I've already got hot water in with the dishes to soak. So now I just need the hot water to drain. Not to drain, to rinse. That's to drain. I do know the difference. I remember seeing an advertisement for a dishwasher.
For what?
A dishwasher, automatic dishwasher. And it claimed that it used so much less water than washing dishes by hand. And in that, it claimed that you use 4 gallons a minute washing dishes by hand. Which means I've come to the conclusion that that means if you stand there and run the water the whole time and don't actually fill a sink with water to wash dishes, you just wash them all individually under running water, which is kind of a silly thing to do unless you just have 3 dishes. Years ago, when we had an automatic dishwasher, I kind of did a little rant about how silly it was that people wash dishes before they put them in the dishwasher, and was told that if I wanted to wash dishes by hand and not use it, that I was welcome to do so. And I said, that's fine, because I actually enjoy washing dishes. And it's true. I love everything about it. I love the warm, soapy water. I love the fact that it is really fairly quick way to accomplish something, that it doesn't really take long to take something dirty and make it clean. It also has some memories tied up with it, because I remember doing dishes with my mother. She would do the washing and I would do the rinsing and drying. And I have to admit that the drying part I really don't care that much for. That's why we have a dish drainer. But there was something about that it brings up pleasant memories of spending that little bit of time with my mother doing something like that. It's kind of like, I'm sorry, Ella, what?
Doing something.
Yeah,
with your mother.
Doing something with my mother. Things like gardening. We had a very large garden at home, and spent a lot of time with Mom in the garden. And that's another one of those things that I really enjoy, is the smell of freshly turned earth. Planting potatoes, cutting the potatoes because we always just use leftover from last year's crop, which were
ready to be planted
right.
as soon as you didn't have to wait for the sprouts to grow.
Well, we had harvested the potatoes the year before, and they had gone into winter storage in our cellar. Had a very large, probably 6 foot by 6 foot by a foot deep bin that our potatoes went into, and we ate from that all winter long. And come spring, and it was time to plant potatoes, we would simply go down and get some of the potatoes, and by then a lot of them would have had an eye on them, so we'd cut it where we had at least 2 eyes on the potato piece that we were planting, and then those would go in the ground. I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed the harvesting. I have to admit, I never cared much for weeding, which of course is one of the main things that you do in a garden, is keep it down. We didn't do any kind of mulching or anything like that, so there was the constant thing of going through and hoeing or pulling or
Here,
getting rid of weeds.
I'm going to be out of hearing range for a few minutes.
Okay. All right, first of all, I want you to know that our dishes were not that dirty. There was a cup of tea that I forgot had been dumped into the sink with the stopper in place, so that's... Now, here's the other thing. We live in an RV, which means that everything goes into a holding tank before it goes into the sewer. So, with that in mind, what I don't want is food particles, at least large food particles, to go down the drain. So I have that screen that I put in there. Did catch a few things. And that got emptied into the trash. I seldom do this with screen the rinse water because, well, if I've done a decent job of dishwashing, there shouldn't be anything there. All right. So, everything's in the drainer. Okay, I'm now getting ready to fix some breakfast. And since we lay abed for a long time this morning, this is going to be more of a brunch. So, I'm going to do some hash brown potatoes, which is not something we do every day. And by hash browns, I don't mean diced American fries. I mean shredded potato. And you notice that I did not peel them. They are properly washed, and the skin may very well be the best part of the potato. I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't verify this, but I've been told that it is the most nutritious part of the potato. Okay. Nice mound of potatoes. Now, turn George Foreman on. Get some bacon. We get this from our local butcher. And usually this, I mean, it is thick cut compared to what you get in the store. But usually it's a little thicker cut than this. So it's not a complaint, it's just a comment.
It's a complaint.
All right, it is a complaint. So before I can do the potatoes, I need to get some grease. Some good old hog fat. So I'll put that in and let that cook for a while. Whoop! Dropped you again. All right, let's see. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'll be glad when this last roll of not Bounty paper towels is gone. It doesn't tear. It doesn't tear straight.
I don't know what kind that is. I thought we had Bounty again.
Well, we do now, but we had previously purchased. I'm not sure what the heck it was. Sparkle.
I think they're all gone.
Yeah, it's right here. The last one is on the thing here.
No, I was thinking they were already gone.
They're not already gone. I'm telling you, this is the last one. I know. I'm the one who took it out of the wrapper and put it here. Okay. Well, enough arguing. I don't know if you can even hear her, so you may think I'm just arguing with one of my other selves, which that hardly ever happens. Right. Okay. So I've got the bacon out. Now it's time to put the potatoes in. I probably should have waited just a little while because the potatoes turned a little brown sitting out, as potatoes will, unless you put them in something acidic to wait. And I don't have any lemon juice at the moment. So, put those in there. Get some salt. Good old kosher. Some pepper. we'll let those cook for a while. Well, it's been a little while. Let's see what this looks like. Now, I do like the George Foreman grill because it does cook on the top as well as on the bottom, but it hasn't been long enough yet. The bacon has drained. Okay, well, I just need to wait a while. Yep. All right, it's been another while. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. Put some cheese on there to melt. water to cause some steam. You know, I did the dishes so my hands would be nice and clean, so I could do my INR check. But instead, no, I started fixing breakfast, and now my fingers are greasy again, so I'll have to give them a good scrub before I do the INR.
Well, we're just going to make it
What?
We have 2 cans that needed to be scorched. So I'm going to go scorch them.
All right. We got a can crusher here a month ago. Yeah, about that, I guess. Because we were collecting cans for our Grandy's group at church, and we had bags and bags and bags of cans, more than would fit in the back of my pickup topper, even with everything else taken out. So to get them in there, we had to open the bags and go through and crush the cans. And while we were at it, we pulled all of the pop tops off, because those get turned into the Ronald McDonald House charities to keep their expenses down, so that they don't charge anything. I don't think they charge anything for families that are staying there while their kids are hospitalized. Whether it's nothing or a little, it's still a nice ministry for them. And my steamed eggs are done. Ella likes hers done a little more, so I'll do that.
The crepe myrtle bush is blooming even more now.
It is, huh?
And it's pretty out there. It's warm.
Yeah, I know it was like 82 when I checked the temperature this morning. All right.
Red.
You pushed the red button?
The bread down in the toaster. It had never gotten toasted.
Yeah, I forgot. I turned the air off, so it'd be all right. Now we can turn the air back on too. I don't think we need to turn it down to 75. It's never going to shut off if we put it at 75.
I've got a birthday card to get mailed too.
Okay, well, when we go to the honey hole, I still think that's a funny name for...
Texas honey hole.
Yeah, I still think that's a funny name, but let's go ahead and pray while we're waiting for the test.
Thank you, Father, for this food, this beautiful morning. Even if it is warm, it's going to be hot. We're glad to be in your world. Thank you for this food and all that you're giving us.
Amen. And the toast is up. Whew. And it is hot.